Welcome to all. Now I discuss about algae presented by Dr. P. Vino, Assistant Professor working at PG Department of Botany, Sri Vidya Mandir Arts and Science College, Uttangare. Synopsis. Introduction, General Characters of algae, Habit and Habitat, Organization of thallus, Form and size of algae, Pigment constitution of algae, Reproduction, Classification of algae and Economic importance of algae, and finally conclusion. Introduction. The algae is a diverse group of aquatic organisms that have ability to conduct photosynthesis. Some algae are most people too familiar. For instance, seaweeds such as Ponsacum or algal blooms in lakes. Then general characters of algae. Algae is the one of the photosynthetic organisms. They can may be either unicellular or multicellular. It can be well-defined body, but no differentiate for root, stem or leaves. Then algae are found whether in adequate moisture. In reproduction occurs both unisexual or multisexual. For example, for asexual and sexual reproductions. For asexual reproductions occurs by spore formation, then algal for free living, although some can form a symbiotic relationship. Next one, habit and habitat of algae. It may be divided into three types. First one, aerial and terrestrial algae. Second one, aquatic algae for freshwater marine water. Algae of unusual habitats. First one, snow algae, vermic algae, allophytic algae, lithophytic, epiphytic, aerophytic algae, symbiotic, parasitic, epizoic and endozoic algae. These are the habitats of algae. Next one, organization of thallus of algae. First one, moltide, second one, palmeal, third one, dendrite, fourth one, coccoid, fifth one, filamentous, sixth one, heterotrichous and seventh one, siphonaceous. Next one, form and size of algae. The algae have a great range of various shapes and size, from spherical cells with it is a 0.5 μm diameter to 60 milli long multicellular of thalate. There are above 70,000 valid described species of algae. It most live in the top of 300 meter of marine, of inland and of on land. Next one, pigment constituents of algae. The pigments are divided into three types. First one, the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is divided into four types. First one, chlorophyll A. It mostly present in higher plants, algae. And then chlorophyll B. It can be present in higher plants and green algae. Third one, chlorophyll C. It presence of diatoms and brown algae. Next one, chlorophyll D. It in the presence of red algae. Then second one of pigments of carotenes. The carotenes are divided into two types, alpha carotene and beta carotene. The alpha carotene is presence of higher plants and most algae. Then next one, the beta carotene. The beta carotene is presence of most of the plants and some algae. Next one, the xanthophylls. The xanthophylls pigments are luteal, fucoxanthal and vioxanthal. Third one, phycobilins. The phycobilins divided into two types of pigments. First one, phycocyanin, which can be present in blue in color. Next one, the phycoerythrin. The pigments of red in color. The phycoerythrin only presence of red algae because its colors of pigments of red color. Next one, reproductions. The reproductions are divided into three types. First one, vegetative reproduction. Second one, asexual reproduction and then sexual reproduction. First one, vegetative reproductions. The vegetative reproductions takes place from six types. First one, fragmentation. Second one, fission. Third one, tubers. Fourth one, adventitious branches. Fourth one, harmogonia. Fifth one, harmogonia. Sixth one, budding. First one, the fragmentations. The filamentous thallus. The image shows the filamentous can breaks into two new thallus forming. It can be called fragmentations. The example of Altrox, Spirogyra, Oedogonium, Zyngma, Oscillatoria, etc. Next one, fission. The fission is a common mass, diatoms and other unicellular algae. The cells can be divided into mitotically into two cells are separated by septum formations. The image shows the cells can be undergoes the DNA replications and again the formation of cytokinins and after they separate up to identical daughter cells. Third one, tubers. The tubers are spherical or globular bodies. The image shows the tuber then formed on lower nodes and rhizoids in Cara. It can be formed due to most storage of food and detachment of parent plant thus developed into new plant. Fourth one, adventitious branches. In some cases, certain adventitious branches are produced which break off from the plant body and develop into new plants. The image shows it formed a last one, the new plants forms. For examples of Cara and Dictyota. Fifth one, Harmogonia. Blue-green algae, especially in blue-green algae like nostoc, Clindospermum, the main filament breaks into small fragments of varying length called Harmogonia. The figure shows the nostoc filament divided into Harmogonia, then finally it formed new filament. The Harmogonia may be formed at the place of heterocyst in the filaments. Then finally of vegetative reproductions is budding. In protosiphon, budding takes place due to proliferation of vesicles that buds detach to make new thalli. The image shows yeast cell. The yeast cells form the developing bud. Next one, the developed budding is a new bud. The new bud is the forms the chain buds. Next one, the asexual reproductions. The asexual reproductions form 6 reproductions. First one, the zoospores. Second one, aplanspores. Third one, akinetous. Fourth one, hypnospores. Fifth one, tetraspores. Sixth one, arthrospores. The first one, zoospores are flagellated, formed in reproductive body for zoosporangium. The second one, it formed a biflagellated and a multiflagellate. The biflagellated, for example, Chlamydomonas. Then biflagellate and a quadriflagellate, example, Anthrax and Cladophora. Next one, the multiflagellate. The multiflagellate example for Oedogonium. It most of the zoospores move in water before the germinate to make a new plants. The figure shows the formation of asexual reproductions of the zoospores, the process of mitosis. Normally formed under it can be formed favorable conditions. For example, Vaucheria, a compound of zoospores called zoospores is formed. Next one, aplanospores. The aplanospores are formed under favorable conditions. There are non-motile structure which in protoplasm get surrounded in thin cell wall. The aplanospores are released from new plants. Example, Anthrax. The figure shows the aplanospores. Third one, akinetous. The akinetous are formed under favorable condition as method of pollination. The akinetous are thick-walled non-motile structures like aplanospores. The akinetous on release form new thalli. For example, Anabaena. The figure shows the Anabaena for akinetous. Fourth one, hypnospores. The hypnospores are thick-walled structures formed during unfavorable conditions. Most of the hypnospores formed only unfavorable conditions. Under prolonged unfavorable conditions, the protoplasms of hypnospores divided into make cysts. The cysts are capable of forming new thallus. For example, Chlamydomonas nivelis. The image shows for hypnospores. The fifth one of asexual reproductions are tetraspores. The tetraspores are non-motile spores formed in some members of Rhodophyceae and Phaeophyceae. In especially Polycyphonia, tetraspores are formed in Tetrasporangia by reduction division on special tetrasporophytic plants. Then finally of vegetative reproductions, autospores. The autospores are aplanospores, like of structures that are similar to the parent cell. In Chlorella syndereus, autospores are occur all characters of parent cells before their discharge from sporangium. The next one, sexual reproductions. The 3 types of isogamy, ansogamy and oogamy. The oogamy are divided into another 2 types for hologamy and autogamy. First one, the isogamy. The isogamous reproductions, the fusing gametes are morphologically similar. These gametes are physiologically different due to different hormones. For example, Chlamydomonas, Anthrax, Spirogyra and Zygospora. The image shows first the isogametes with the uniting gametes to form a zygote. Next one, anisogamy. In anisogamy, the fusing gametes are morphologically as well as physiologically different. They are formed in different gametengia. The microgametes or otherwise male gametes are smaller and active and formed in large number. Then otherwise the macrogametes for female gametes are larger, less active and formed in relatively smaller number. For example, Chlamydomonas. In the image shows egg and microgamete formed uniting gametes to form a zygote. Third one, oogamy. The most advanced type of sexual reproductions. For male gametes or microgametes are formed in antheridia. The female gamete is large, usually one and formed in female structure oogonium. During the fertilization process, the male gametes reach of oogonium to fertilize egg and diploid zygote is formed. For example, Chlamydomonas. The image shows for the oogamous type. The oogamy is divided into subdivide of two types. One of the hologamy, next one the autogamy. First one the hologamy are unicellular thallus of opposite sides for negative and positive behaves. The gametes are directly. The thalli fuse to make diploid zygote. For example, Chlamydomonas. Then autogamy. The autogamy of two gametes of some mother cell fuse to form a diploid zygote. Since both gametes are formed by same cell, there is no genetic recombination. For example, diatoms. Next one, the classification of algae. Fritz is in his book The Structure and the Reproduction of Algae proposed a system of classifications. He treated of algae giving the rank of division and divided into 11 classes. And the Fritz at the based upon the Fritz divided into 11 classes based upon the pigments, flagella and the reserve food materials. The 11 classes are Chlorophyceae, Xanthophyceae, Chrysophyceae, Basidiophyceae, Cryptophyceae, Dinophyceae, Chloromonadinae, Euglinae, Phryophyceae, Rhodophyceae, Mixophyceae. The economic importance of algae. Algae as a food and then fodder for cattle. Algae as fertilizers. Algae in water purification. Algae in medicine and antibiotic and then industries, sewage disposal, land reclamation, biological research. And our conclusion. According to some scientists, algae produce half of the Earth's oxygen. They are source of crude oil. These algal biofuels could well be a replacement for the future. Algae also play an effective role in keeping the atmospheric carbon dioxide. The food industry also uses of some algae. The algae is a jellydium basically are in making ice creams and jelly forms. The other food supplements that are algae and which are widely used are chlorella and spirulina. Thank you.